Allie, Jiang, and Veronica Holbert.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming out here today. My name is Allie Jiang. I'm a senior at Needham High School, but more importantly, I am a Chinese American. I would firstly like to say that my heart goes out to the entire Asian community. I'm sending so much love and support. The recent events in Atlanta are deeply saddening, but we must keep in mind that this hate crime is not an anomaly. Atrocities like this one have been occurring for ages. There have been 3,800 plus reports of hate incidents targeting Asian Americans since last March, which is an 150% increase from the previous year. It's about time we address why these crimes are happening. The extreme xenophobia and white supremacy in our nation's history has undoubtedly led to the multitude of hate crimes today. On Tuesday, March 16th, 8 people, including 6 Asian women, were shot dead by a white man at 3 Asian-owned spas in Georgia. And although the media currently fails to explicitly say it, this is undeniably a racially motivated hate crime fueled by xenophobia. The police who later arrested the shooter told law enforcement that he had a sexual addiction, while the sheriff said, and I quote, "The killer was pretty much fed up at the end of his rope. Yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did." Reducing the shooting to the perpetrator having a really bad day because he wanted to eliminate a temptation from his sexual addiction ties into another problem: Asian fetishization. Asian women are tired of being seen as disposable, interchangeable, exotic, tired of being objectified. The culmination of racism and sexism that Asian women face leads to domestic violence, exploitation, trafficking, and the overall degradation of our bodies. I would also like to add that the reason why hate crimes against Asian Americans are so rarely ever talked about in the media or the news is because we are constantly silenced. And part of the reason why we are silenced is due to the model minority myth, which characterizes Asian Americans as a polite, law-abiding group who have achieved a higher level of success than the general population. And because of this so-called success, we are not able to speak out about our struggles because we should be so grateful to live in a better country. We have to address how Needham and surrounding towns have upheld this model minority myth. Ever since elementary school, I've been told to go back to my country. In middle school, I was called a multitude of slur words that I will not repeat. In middle school also, microaggressions like, "Oh, of course you're good at math," started becoming repetitive. And especially in high school, racism towards Asians is seen as funny jokes. And it's because racism towards our community is so normalized to the point where people can't see the line between being racist and being funny. It's the fact that in the entirety of my 10 years in the Needham public school system, I have never had a unit or read a book that focuses on Asian American racism. Do you see a problem here? We are actively encouraging our students to be anti-racist in our curriculum. We are having the necessary conversations with our younger students in the classroom. People like me are tired of brushing off racism like it doesn't exist. We are tired of sticking up for ourselves only to realize that it's no use. The Asian community is tired. To those of you staying silent during times like these, speak up. We really need your voice. And what can you do, you may ask? Well, the best thing to do is educate yourself, talk to others, read books, follow activists and sign petitions. If you haven't noticed a pattern already, and like I said before, most of the issues in America root from an unjust system founded on white supremacy and misogyny. We will all need to recognize this and understand this in order to create change. And change will only happen if all of us come together as a community. Thank you.